know the story. Education surrounding mental matters that can be much more. Back for another week of tonight's title of I bet after tonight's show then to find some help dedicating this broadcast to pandemic. Many of you know she a citizen of mental. What about the reality? They need to live our lives. Those schools are safe. Our community needs and COVID-19. This advocates that will that out to family that is being very quiet. You do your totem pole. Low numbers. Yeah, December. They're scared. Motivation enough for you to be got some beautiful souls on the penny so is it
having myself never happened since I've been just washing my clothes now like wait a minute and so she said that she was lying to me. I was really another. I come back and I was like, oh wait, I figure I got thing was like she said somebody was stationed and it was probably 2 or 3 days after that. And those are the people that tell you to worry about it. No, you need to worry about it. Smoking and drinking and hanging, nothing else. Hello, if you and you got somebody that you can reach, life is so much better.
You give our viewers time statements you said, which was when we find ourselves going, this man or were you
I pray all the time, church and read the Bible.
Amen.
Strange. Yeah. It was never my choice. The way it's supposed to happen, and that was the case.
It's so awesome. You're touching on work. Oftentimes to do and talking to God, tackling something as testimony. Is going to go to the doctor because our family help someone.
About believe me, I swear to you.
Define it and break it down.
A lot of money.
Okay. Making a lot of money.
And with Chris, we were living over at Lake Harbor.
Palms up.
And then, islands, enjoy myself. More was not more. And I ended up, and so I had to went to the therapist with something. It take me to St. Louis, and I started chanting there, and my cheek jumped up, and I ran away. The son came and hugged, but how he felt and in my life, I changed. I became it was like a 180-degree turn.
Awesome.
Again, it's not something that I made the decision to do. I want you to understand what I'm saying to you. Clearly, I started thinking more positively, better and better. I was falling down like
much more. Hey, brother, thankful and so very grateful for you this holiday season as the daughter of a mom who's going through, and just the hopefulness in your message and able to tell your story. I really do.
You're very welcome.
I really do.
And let me just say one more thing. The American Cancer Society, believe it or not, they're one of the biggest lobbyists in the world. And they tell them. And they'll
Overseer Cole, did you as a member of a support network?
It takes me back to my mom because I was a caregiver for my mom and my dad. But she needed to go to a cancer specialist surgery.
With the colonoscopy and all.
I was a child.
Yeah. It resonates on so many levels. I just thank you. I can't thank you enough. Where are you present day with your health, if you don't mind me asking? And I know that with my mom, we started with the month and then 6 months and then a year. Where are you in your process of your remission, if that's accurate?
Well, the challenge with me is because I am what you call the cancer is in my DNA way for me because a Christmas tree, it's red everywhere. So at any point in time, for example, like I said, the last scare that I had was last year when they found a spot on my lung, but it turned out to be bacteria instead. But again, that bacteria, if untreated, would have turned into a people don't like going to the doctor. Like this. If I had not gone to the doctor, on top of that, if I had gone to the doctor, I would have gotten radiation treatment. Cancer is a quiet killer.
Yes.
It's a silent killer.
Yes.
If you feel pain, it's too late.
Yes.
You see, and that's the problem with people and with our community is because they say, well, I feel okay, but that doesn't mean anything.
It really doesn't.
That doesn't mean anything. You have to do the test. Now, the test for men is not pleasant.
Had so many more lives.
There you go.
On everything, applauding Mr. McKinney, that queen to my far bottom. She has partnered out of, and as a result of that, out in these streets spreading mental health, talented enough to recognize. And so I hope excited about January the 15th.
And now we just have so much work to do. I'm excited that we are on Palms Up, speaking with you all today about our upcoming job, a little bit about some of the positions that are needed and what's required for this job fair. But and I know Rhonda introduced me, but let me introduce myself as well by saying, again, we are just super excited about what we have to bring to the community of Prince George's County, because Ms. Watkins has been doing her thing in Baltimore County, and the services are amazing that we have for our people. And I'm very humbled to be a part of such an awesome team. Without further ado, can I introduce Ms. Artera Watkins and have her speak about the services and what Therapeutic Wellness's company is all about.
Awesome. Welcome to the platform, Ms. Watkins. Thank you so much for making and taking the time. Palms up to you.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you for having me. Again, thank you for the introduction, Ms. Rogers. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you, Ms. Hamilton, for having me here on this platform. I am Arteria Watkins, the owner and president of Therapeutic Wellness Service, and I have alongside with me my director of operation is Keith James, that runs the day-to-day, day in and day out of the organization. So he kind of stayed by my side, as we do what we do. So Therapeutic Wellness started in 2016. The mission was to create a community health care program in the community for people that look like us, and just kind of let them know that it's okay. Therapy is okay, and it's not nothing to be ashamed of, and just trying to remove the stigma.
That's right.
The wellness do offer an array of services other than mental health. As you all know, substance abuse. A lot of clients that suffer from substance abuse oftentimes suffer from mental health.
That's right.
So we have an outpatient mental health clinic where we do medication management. We have a substance abuse program where we offer transitional housing, as well as mental health counseling. We do psychiatric rehabilitation counseling, as well as workforce development.
Awesome.
And the motto is, treating the whole person and
That's
not
right.
just
I love that. I love that.
In all areas. Thank you.
Yes, treating the whole person. You heard it from our culturally competent, culturally correct mental health therapist and CEO of, give us the name of that company again, Therapeutic Wellness.
Therapeutic Wellness Services.
Awesome. I got thrown off. I had a conversation where your name came up earlier. I understand that you know Miss Stephanie Popular, and I love that you do. Do you see that? we traveling in some good energy, my queen. For those of you out there in our beautiful, beautiful virtual world who don't know, we're out here building a movement, and it's like pushing a snowball uphill, as I'm always saying, because in our community, we don't talk about mental health, and wouldn't you know it, that we've got a whole platform of folks that will challenge that every day of the week, because we are out here and we're doing some great things. Ms. Watkins, I've heard some beautiful things about you. I do also understand that you do this passionately. You actually have a connection to why you do this work. Is that not the case?
I really do. So I just want to make a correction. So I'm not a licensed therapist.
Okay.
The CEO of the organization
Amen.
is our clinical counselor.
Thank you for that.
So it is a passion for me. It started very young, with battling depression my own self as a young teenager, and, having a child at a such young age and just not knowing, what to do with all of the feelings that I was feeling, and just raised in that household and that, that same stigma, You don't talk about it. You just going to keep on moving and you do what you got to do. You know, but you get older and you know better, you kind of do better.
Absolutely.
You know, that my passion grew with working with teenage girls in foster care, you know, and I became a foster care parent.
Yes.
And, you know, all kind of went, you know, alongside with the mental health, the behavioral health, the need of a teenager just battling, you know, going through the mom not wanting them or just not able to take care of them.
Yes.
You know, a child that is separated from their home are going to suffer from some type of behavioral or mental problems.
Come on now.
You know, for us, it's normal. You know, you're raised in your home with your mom. You know, for a lot of the foster kids, they're not. And so I'm very passionate about, you know, working with foster children. And, you know, it was passionate for me to open up a organization that I can help on a bigger scale. You know, I couldn't take in all of the kids. I would love to. You know, I didn't have the ability to do so. You know, so God has blessed me to be able to have an organization and build a team of professionals alongside with me, you know, to fulfill my mission and just, you know, keep growing and expanding. So I'm honored to be here on this platform, you know, to talk about therapeutic wellness services and just kind of get the word out there that therapy is okay.
Amen. You said a mouthful. Hey, Mr. James, come on and see if you can get a word in edgewise with all these women. I know Herb got his 2 cents in to get out of here. You are so lucky. Palms up to you, brother. They tell me that you're the licensed one. And I apologize, Ms. Watkins. Thanks for that correction. Hey, Mr. James, I had the honor and pleasure of speaking with you a few days ago. And actually it might have been just a day ago. I'm just, you know, forgive me. I'm living in a world these days. But no doubt, I'm so thankful for you being on the platform. Will you talk to us a little bit about what you guys do day to day? I know that Ms. Watkins did such a great job, and of course the clock and the hour is winding down, but we got to hear from our brother, our black brother on the scene, running things. Come on, brother.
Absolutely. and I can squeeze it in and make it succinct. So a correction again, I think as sometimes when we talk, our voices blend, but Ms. Watkins being the president and our CEO, Ms. Creola Levy, who is the actual licensed therapist, licensed LCPC, who oversees all the clinical aspects. So I, as the director of operations, just oversee and ensure that every moving part, whether it's the mop that's being slung down the hall or
I know that's
the
right.
MOU that's being developed.
I know that's right. Talk that talk.
Make sure that all the I's are dotted, the T's are crossed. But I want to quickly, in the little time that's left, I want to highlight our services a bit, but I want to utilize Herb, because his testimony when it comes to mental health is the testimony that should be heard around the world.
Come on
You
now.
know, he had me fighting tears back over
Come
here.
on.
And
Absolutely.
for many reasons, just because his testimony was so profound, but as a black man, I understand the stigma that comes with physical health and mental health and any type of health, because we somehow as men are misguided in thinking that we got to be tough and strong and handle it ourselves and get up and wipe away the tears and brush off the dirt. And oftentimes, you know, that creates anger, and it creates men who don't know how to channel or even recognize that emotional side of them that needs to be addressed. And so, you know, in this field, when we develop an outpatient mental health center, we have clients that come in looking for help. That's wonderful. We love to utilize all the services that we have to be able to service them, right? But it's the man who's stuck in the basement for 3 years that we need to try to figure out how to reach. How to get him out of that basement, how to make him realize that these services are available, and that whether it's art therapy or talk therapy or medication management is done in the right way. Because medication management is not e-therapy, but medication sometimes may need to be used to get somebody stable enough to be able to listen or take part in the therapies that are available. When Ms. Watkins and Ms. Levy, who me being under their tutelage, have taught me so much about what goes on in the community and the needs in our community. And, you know, I drive so hard to get our services out there. But see, when we talked about the job fair, Ms. Arnetta, and you talked about the need is various, because we need licensed professionals who have the license and the credentials to practice on a clinical level. But then when you talk about the psychiatric rehabilitation counselors who are boots on the ground out there connecting with the individuals that we serve, helping with some of the more day-to-day basic living skills and things that are needed just to function on a sensible level, down to the education piece and being able to come on platforms like this and speak to the public and realize that the first line of defense is the man's wife who realizes there is a problem and that she needs to take him somewhere to get help. So though we need the professionals to collaborate with us to build the network that we're developing, we also need to educate the common folk and the general populace about recognizing some of these things. And like Ms. Walker says, removing the stigma to realize that help is out there and that we need to be available, especially to help ourselves and help our people and help each other. And I did that in 3 minutes and I'm done.
Hey, you know what, brother? And all of that, what you said, what I heard is it's levels to this, right? Yeah. It's levels to this. You don't just walk in and get it all in one shebang. And somebody's got to oversee to make sure that mop is moving, make sure that medicine is managed right. And you guys help to oversee. It sounds like a wonderful network of care. And what we're always pushing here at the Healthy DCME Leadership Coalition is that we've got to help our folks find culturally appropriate, comprehensive systems of care. What does that look like? Well, if you're not existing and haven't had access to it, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know. You wouldn't understand that there's a such thing as preventative conversations in mental health. You wouldn't know it because we're too busy being reactive as opposed to proactive. And just like you said, Mr. James, what you said so wonderfully, we've got to make sure that we're educating our common folk because it's the support network around our individuals that are in trouble that's going to help us to get them motivated to get help. And let's be real, the stigma out there, guys, everybody's journey in mental health is their own journey. And it may take medicine for some and it may not for others. So the reality, as you heard us talk about levels, you've got to get in the right systems of care. Hey, Therapeutic Wellness Service, we love you guys for stopping by this platform. We love what you're doing. Palms up. We got family up in the Baltimore area. Maryland is a pretty large state, and we're just saying we want this mental health messaging to go everywhere it needs to go to help save and deliver our people. Palms up to you, beautiful souls. Hey, Miss Rogers, in 2 minutes, January 15th is the actual fair. I know you've got a flyer for us. The reason why we've scheduled you guys twice, because there's no way we can get all this great information in one setting. So I wanted our viewers to get ready for you guys. January the 15th, you're coming down in person, on site, here at the Healthy DCME Leadership headquarters, correct? Great. And that's going to be January the 15th at what time, Ms. Rogers?
January 15th. That's Saturday, January 15th, from noon to 3 p.m. in person, masked and social distancing in full effect. It's a mental health professional job fair, and we need you. We need licensed professionals, LMSW, LCSW, LGPG, LCPCs, and our PRP counselors. We need you. If you're interested, please join us. Saturday, January 15th from noon to 3 p.m. We'll post the flyers on our platform.
Thank you. And we'll be posting the flyer throughout our platforms as well. If you want any further information, healthydcandme.org. Make sure to spell the word "and" out. And also, we'll be putting a link on our website for the Therapeutic Wellness Services folks so you guys can be able to get more information about who they are. Guys, that's our time this week. Actually, we're running awfully close to running over, but it was for a beautiful cause. We thank all of our beautiful guests to the platform. And will you please join me in sending out a final palms up to our beautiful people of color on this platform tonight, doing what we do to help save souls. Hey guys, you're such a beautiful, beautiful audience. I look forward to seeing you guys again soon. Please keep living great, stay safe, and stay healthy out there. All right, guys, palms up until we see you again. Remember,
Thank you.
That's right. Mental health matters out there. We're all in this together. Until we see you
Thank you
again.
guys. It was a pleasure listeling to you guys today. That's amazing. I love all of that. I love to hear all this positivity. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself now. I might not be able to sleep tonight.
Hey, Herb, if you don't get to sleep, go ahead and start that painting for us. We got a space on our wall. God bless you all. Amen.
All right.
Recording stopped.